So I'm going to explain a simple welcome message display with the help of a servlet program. To do this program, we need to create one project. So after opening your NetBeans IDE, first what we need to do is we need to click on file. Okay, in the file there is one option called as new project. You have to click on new project. Then you will come with one window. In this window, what you have to do is you have to select Java Web, and the project name is web application. This small window is visible to you.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Oh, okay. Then after selecting Java Web and web application, click on next. Now you have to give some name to your project. It will not going to create any problem if you give whatever by the name you have given. Okay, so give the name based on your working. For example, I am displaying a welcome message using servlet program. So for my understanding, naming this project as welcome servlet. Okay, and this path. So my advice is don't store the project in the default C location. So try to store the or save the project in some other drive other than C, so that if anything is happened to your NetBeans software, your project will be in safer side. For that reason only, I'm asking you to save the project in any other than C location. Okay. So after doing this one, click on next. See, here you have to choose the server. So these two servers has been included while I am installing my NetBeans software. These two servers has been come along with NetBeans software. My advice is during your installation of your NetBeans, in the beginning itself, it is there is one button like customize. Before going to install the NetBeans, next click on customize, and in the customize you have to choose glassfish along with that uh, tom apache tomcat. Okay, so I will show that we set that window also for your understanding. So first, once you have selected this server, just click on finish. Okay, click on finish. Once you have created, okay, you have been come with these four folders. So be careful what I'm going to tell you. These things are very useful for you. Okay, what is the use of each and every folder? Okay, so here we need this web pages folder. Whatever the HTML files you are going to do use for your program, or whatever may be the HTML file, all HTML files should be saved under web pages folder. Okay, so if you want to create one new HTML file, then it should be stored in web pages folder only. Okay, you should not save the HTML file other than this folder. This is compulsory. Okay, so by default this server there will be index.html file will be there. Okay, so whenever we run a servlet program or this deployment descriptor, it will start executing, checking whether index.html file is there or not. Okay, before this index.html file, it will check in web underscore inf. Here we have seen a web underscore inf. Inside this, there is no web.xml. See, this web.xml will be automatically c- created when you are creating a servlet, or you can do it manually. My suggestion is try to create the web.xml file automatically during your servlet program. Okay. Now, so whatever the HTML files are there, you should be store the HTML files, or you should create the new HTML files under web pages folder only. Now I need one HTML file that already there is index.html file is there. I'm going to use that index.html file for my present welcomes underscore servlet program. Okay, so I don't need any in HTML file. But for your understand, for your, I'm creating one new HTML file. Okay, and my one more suggestion, just give the file name. Don't give any extensions. When you are creating any file in web in NetBeans, after choosing the file type, just give file name. Don't give any extensions. It will automatically take the extensions. No need to implicitly give the extension. Okay, it will automatically take the extension. Only you have to give the file name. So I would, one second. Now, here in this new HTML file, you have to give only the file name. No need to give any extension .html, not at all required. Only give file name. So, for your understanding, I'm giving some new file name as new. Just click on finish. Okay. I will come to this HTML file after some time. Okay, now I would like to create one servlet program. Okay, I would like to create one servlet program. Okay, the name of the servlet program I'm going to create is welcome. Okay, the name of the servlet program is welcome servlet. So to create the servlet program, we need to choose source package folder. Okay, we have to choose source packages folder. In this source package folder, click new. In click new, you have to choose servlet. Don't choose Java class. Be careful. You have to choose servlet. You have to choose servlet. Okay. Now here we need to give the name of the servlet. So what would we would like to give as a name as welcome. Okay, now click on next. Be careful, this is very important step. So you have to select this checkbox. If you are not selecting this checkbox, that's web.xml is not going to create. This web.xml is also called as deployment descriptor. Here, by default, the class name is there is no possibility for you to change. Only two things you can change. What are the two things you can able to change? See, what is the servlet name you can use first. Okay. Now, what is the URL you would like to give? Uh, Let us say some mm, welcome. Okay, welcome only will, but this welcome is small letter W. Okay, just click on finish. If you observe here, web.xml file is automatically created. Okay, now here it will by default it will include some packages. Okay, that are useful for us. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to use the in servlet program, what we need to do, oh, see this one, if you want you can remove, otherwise no need to remove also. Okay, so that is your wish. Okay, now here I am going to use which method we would like to use. Now we need to create one class. Okay, it is already created. What is the class? Welcome class. Okay, it is going to extend HTTP servlet extension. Okay, now we are going to I will remove all this thing. So now I would like to do a service method. So what is the name of that service method I'm going to use? It depend upon your HTML code. Okay, the service method what you would like to do to write will depend upon your HTML code. Till now we hadn't done anything on our HTML code. So what I'm going to do is first of all I'm going to start with do get method. Okay, what is the method name I'm going to give? Do get method. Sorry, do get. Okay, do get method. What are the two parameters? HTTP servlet request or EQA. For this interface we need one object, so request is an object. HTTP servlet response is another object, and throw servlet exception and IO exception for handling input output header file. Now this one print or writer out is equal to response dot get writer. This one is important. This one is important. So this one is used to write, to give the response, and to write the response on our browser we need one object. Which object we are creating? Out object is going to create. And how we are going to write that one? We are going to give response. See, response dot get writer. And also this one is compulsory. Response dot set content type. If you are going to give the response as HTML file, you have to specify this one. Now I'm removing all this code. Okay, as we are going to do only uh, welcome message, we want to print only welcome message. So welcome to servlet program. Okay, so only I would like to print only message like welcome to servlet program. Now what we need to do, we have to check whether the program is correctly running or not. See, simple servlet welcome message can be run without invoking invoking with the HTML file. If it is getting any parameter values, it is very difficult to run the program. So, and one more thing is, you choose your browser to Chrome. Okay, Internet Explorer will give a slow, and also it will take more time for you to run. Okay, choose your default browser to Chrome. Here here browser you have to choose as Chrome. This is my advice. Okay, then to run this particular servlet program, whether it is correctly running or not, right click run file. It will give some URL to run. Just click OK. See, it is running. So you, when you get this message, welcome to servlet program, then our servlet program is correct. So if you encounter this output means, then it will say that you will get one second. So the browser is able to see. You are able to see the browser.
Yes, sir.
Now here, if you come this welcome to servlet program, then our servlet program is correct. So we have run this servlet program manually. Okay. Now our aim is to invoke this servlet program with the help of an HTTP request. How we are going to give this HTTP request? We are going to give this HTTP request by clicking some button or by filling some form in HTML. So we'll go to HTML code. Now we will go to our HTML code. So we have created new dot HTML. Okay, new dot HTML. So in this we need to do two things. Okay, we need to create one form. Okay, form. So action, be careful, action is equal to, we have to give the action name. What is the URL we have given? Welcome. Okay,
Welcome.
yes, thank you. And then we have to mention the method of the form. So while creating our welcome servlet program, which method we have used? Do get method or post method?
Get.
Get method.
Yeah. So here we have to mention method is equal to get. Okay. So we are closing the form. See, it is very easy. See, automatically the tags will be creating. Here also, here you don't worry about opening tag, closing tag. If you create running the writing the tag correctly, it automatically close the tag. Now, what we would like one button. Okay, so I'm creating one button. Input. Okay, what is the type of that input? Type is equal to button. Okay, value is equal to, so value means the name on our button. Okay, what do you what? Okay, click me, click me. Okay, so I'm saving this one. So I'm running this running this file. Okay, see, I'm clicking this one now. If I click, what it will need to give?
Welcome to servlet program.
Wait, it is not coming. Wait. One second. One second. Wait. Some your. So here the type should be submit, not button. So I'm saving this one. I'm running again this one. Okay. This time it will run. Okay. You're coming now. Welcome to servlet program. So this is a simple servlet program. Now, any doubts in this simple servlet program execution?
Sir, web.xml once explains.
Web.xml, see, this file will be automatically created when you are creating a Java file. Okay, so how it is going to work is, here, if you see, first you are in action. If you see, if you go to this HTML file, first of all, what is the action? In the action, what we are writing? We are writing welcome. So whenever we run this HTML file, and after clicking on our submit button, it will go to the action. Okay, in the action, what we have written? Welcome. Then immediately the control will go to web.xml. It will not go to directly servlet program. Okay, so first it will come to our web.xml. So before going to explain this web.xml, I will let you know I'm writing one more servlet program. I'm not executing that one. Only for our understanding, I'm doing this one. I'm creating one more servlet program. Here, name of the servlet is some new servlet. Okay, and I'm adding this deployment descriptor to this new servlet program. Okay, I'm finishing. Now we'll see the web.xml. Now you will understand. See, first, one second. Hello, hello. Coming to the program. Okay. So here in this web.xml file, what see in our HTML file, when we click on submit button, it will come to the control to the action. In the action, what is the URL we have given? Welcome is the URL we are given. Now immediately the control will come to web.xml file. So go to the web.xml. How it is going to? See, first it will go to check the URL patterns. URL patterns will be available in servlet mappings. Okay. Here we have two servlet mappings. Okay. In these two servlet mappings, in one servlet mapping, our URL pattern will be available. So first it will check for that respect to servlet mapping. So out of these two servlet mappings, one servlet mapping is at line 11 and another servlet mapping is at line 15. So our URL will be at line 13. Okay, so this is our URL. So don't give forward slash. Okay, only for our distinguish only we are going to use here we are using forward slash. So in our program we no need to give that slash also. Okay, here our URL will be identified. Now what is the servlet name for this URL? First is the servlet name for that URL. Now after finding this servlet name, the cursor will check for the servlet class. So what is the servlet class? How it is going to find out that servlet class? That matching servlet name. So here we have that matching servlet name. So this servlet name and this servlet name are both are same. So then the servlet engine container will invoke this servlet program. Which servlet program? Welcome servlet program. Then the control will go to our servlet Java class. Here, based on our programming, it is going to give a response. Okay. So this in this way, this web.xml will be work. Okay. Or
Okay.
understand? See, for your understanding, I recorded
So,
today. Tell me.
so so any number of we can create any number of servlets, but they all will be in web.xml.
Yeah, automatically it is going to be created. See, for see, all the servlet program is going to be need to be created in this program say inside the web.xml. Okay, see, now we are doing practice. We are creating for each and every program one separate project, but it is not like that. In when you go to real world in company level, all the programs should be stored in one project only. Okay, so there may be n number of servlet programs are there. All should be all servlet mapping should be there in one web.xml file only. Okay, all programs web.xml entry should be there in one web.xml file only. If you create one more servlet program, again that servlet entry will be there in this web.xml single file only. Okay, see here whenever we are creating one servlet, it is going to create two tags, servlet and servlet mapping of that particular thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sir.
Okay, okay. Any more doubts? See, for your understanding, for today's session, I recorded everything. I'm going to share that video to you also. Okay, you follow one again. You can follow the same video. Even though if you are facing any difficulty, you can ask me. Okay, understood?
Yes, sir.
See, you can feel free. Okay, and ask me the